Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to solve a HackerRank problem, Cut the Tree, using Python. And for more competitive programming video, please like and subscribe to my channel. So before moving to solution, I'd like you to pause the video and read the problem. Basically what the problem says is that given a tree, we can remove any of its edge to make two subtrees, and weight of the subtree is summation of weight of each node. And the problem also states that we are only allowed to remove only one edge. We can either remove this edge and it will form two subtrees, or we can remove this edge and it will also form a two subtree. So what the question asks is we need to find the minimum difference between the two subtrees that can be created by removing any of the edges. So let's see how we can proceed on solving this problem. This is just an example that I've created. Here we have a tree similar to that of the question. So how are we going to approach this problem? So one way of solving this problem is remove each edge and perform BFS on each subtree to find their sum and then calculate the differences. Of course it is not the best way to do it because we have to perform BFS on the graph each time we remove an edge. So what's the appropriate solution? The solution is to perform DFS on the graph and calculate the cumulative weight of each node. You must be asking, what's the cumulative weight? A cumulative weight is nothing but weight of the node plus sum of weight of all its children's node. For example, all the leaf node here has the weight of 5, 10, 11 and 6. If we use a DFS to calculate the cumulative weights, and the weight of the parent will be their own weight plus weight of their children, and it continues. Now the question arises, how does the cumulative weight is going to help us in any way? So for that, let's look at an example. On this example we have removed an edge that was connecting this node and node 3. So weight of the smaller subtree is 5, and the weight of the large subtree is total weight minus 5. That will give us the remaining weight of the large subtree. Now the absolute difference would be weight of large subtree minus weight of small subtree, which gives us 27. We can see another similar example if we remove the edge connecting node 1 and node 3. Here weight of the small subtree is 18, that we have already calculated using DFS, and the weight of large subtree will be total weight minus 18, which is going to be 20, and the absolute difference here is going to be 2. Seeing this example, we can derive a common formula that we can use, which is difference is equals to absolute of total weight minus 2 times cumulative weight of node n. Here node n could be 1, could be 2, could be 3, it could be any node. So the solution would be first calculate cumulative weights on each node and then iterate over the nodes to find which node has the minimum difference. Let's start coding, and I have downloaded the boilerplate code that HackerRank provides and also our input file. To get started, we need to first create a graph. I'm going to use a boilerplate code that I use to create graph. I have just copied and pasted a setGraph function that I use to create graph. We can use this method and see the type of graph it generates. So I have copied the instruction to execute the setGraph function, and I have passed nodes here, since you can see that there is no node defined here. Actually the data is the nodes. Also you can see we have this environment variable defined here, and I don't want it to write to a file, I just want to print it, so I am going to comment this out and yeah. So now what we gonna need is a DFS function itself. So I'm too lazy to write a DFS function myself, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a boilerplate DFS script. I'm going to copy the DFS code from CoderDojo. If you go down, you can see DFS recursive in Python and DFS non-recursive function in Python. So either one should work, but I'm going to use this non-recursive function. So I'm just going to copy it and then just paste it here. Once I have copied the function, I would like to change it a bit. See, the variable path is actually here to keep track of all the visited nodes. So I'm more comfortable with calling it visited rather than path. So I'm going to quickly change it. The other thing is that I would like to replace this graph variable with a capital G. So that's done. I would also like to replace the start variable with small s. So I'll quickly describe this function and we will modify it accordingly. So what it is doing is initiating a stack variable with a start node, and then it will iterate until the stack is empty. So at each iteration it is going to pop the rightmost element to a vertex, and then it's going to visit all its neighbors. So one thing you must have noticed is that it is popping the rightmost element on each iteration. So we would not want to do that because we are performing a bottom-up approach. So if we pop the element from the stack, there won't be the element to sum up the weights. It will take an additional parameter, which is the weights. I would quickly like to change two things around here. One is we are popping out the rightmost variable every time, and the other one is that we are appending the neighbor even if it is visited. Let's quickly change that. If the vertex is visited, so we want to pop it here. And the next thing is, also we have seen that the G represents actually a graph, not a tree, because there is no hierarchy of parent and child. I would like to keep track of that. So what I'm going to do is create a dictionary that would keep track of parent and child relationship. So we can quickly do that by child and parent dictionary, and then for each neighbor its parent would be the vertex. This actually completes the whole DFS iteration. All the nodes are added to the stack, and the leaf node, since it is already been visited, on the next iteration it is going to pop. So what are we going to do is that we are going to put our logic here. We are going to perform a bottom-up approach. Since we know that the cumulative sum of a node is its own weight and all of its children's weight. So let's just create another dictionary that will hold all the cumulative sum of all nodes. So and the weight of the current node or the vertex would be initialized by its own weight. Now what we are going to do is iterate through all the children of vertex and add their weight to itself. I've added this code that iterates over all the children of the vertex and then adds their weight to its own. But there is a problem here. Remember that G here is not a tree but a graph. So while iterating over all of its children, we have to make sure that the vertex is actually the parent of its children. That's why we have created this child parent dictionary. I'm going to add a quick check statement down here. What this statement does is that it verifies whether or not if C is actually the children of vertex. At the end of the DFS, we will have the cumulative weight of each node. Since we have the cumulative weight of the vertex right here, what we can do is we can calculate the difference. So what I have done here is I have summed all the weights in total and I have calculated the difference if we are going to remove the edge that connects this current vertex to its parent. I'd like to move this total variable on the start of the function declaration. Now what we can do is we define a global variable that will keep track of the minimum difference. So I have created a global variable min_t which is initialized to infinity. We are going to update it on each iteration. So let's update it. So while we complete the DFS iteration, we will have the minimum difference in this min_t variable. This basically completes this function and it should be good to go. And there is one last thing that I would like to change here, which is this visited variable. Currently it is a list. I would like to change it to a set. So I would also like to add here. So now let's invoke this DFS iterative function and print out the minimum result. Now let's submit our solution to HackerRank. Now let's paste our solution here. Before pasting our solution, I would like to change the interpreter to PyPy3 and then paste our solution. We have passed all the test cases.